You're back!
I'm Mandy.
I'm Dan.
Subscribe to
BuzzChomp.
Woo!
Westworld Season 2 reaction. Every episode of Westworld seems to give you answers and then open new questions. It's why the show is awesome. Episode 5 was no different. But we have an all-powerful Maeve, and we can't ignore her. I was torn about where to go with this video because Delores feels lost, but I'm going to get to that in a few minutes because I think she's just on a storyline of Wyatt all over again, and they're just trying to make it obvious to us as the viewer. Whereas Maeve has unlocked something kind of amazing, and she's all-powerful, almost like a god, but it makes perfect sense. They've been dropping us hints. Bernard found the code that is supposed to be the be-all, end-all, and it was in Delores' father. I think he downloaded it into himself, but it was like a one-time use activation. I think whatever it is connected every host, and it makes sense that every host would be connected. They are all individual brains, yet the park is one big network. The 10 parks, or however many there are, is one enormous network. So, how do you contain a network? How do you maintain it? It's all interconnected. It's all one web. We are all interconnected. That's how the CIA can hack into your phone and use the camera. It's an interconnected, single-point network. Webs. Every host is a piece. This code that Bernard seems to be protecting because he's part of the code itself, which would make sense, it would be in his own DNA to protect it, probably shuts down hosts remotely as an interconnected ability. But it really just controls them. I'm going to put controls in quotes. Whereas Maeve, having been the only host who appears to actually be unlocked, I'm going to use unlocked to refer to free will and guiding thyself, has tapped in to the network on another frickin' level. Maeve's stats went through the roof, right? She got them to program her that way. This means she was the ultimate host. It also means that she was at the top of the food chain, so to speak. Now, it doesn't put her at the top of the web because it's a web. I don't know if there's actually a top to the web. That wouldn't quite make sense. It's just an interconnected network of silks. But if she is the most powerful, she can tap into any part of it. And she controlled the local hosts using their language. That was her tapping into her local network. As she is introduced to the other park, she sees the other network. She immediately knows how to speak their language because all hosts are programmed to know everything. They're the same. They're part of the bigger picture. It's like the hive. There may be a queen of the hive, but the hive is the hive. Maybe Maeve is becoming the queen. I don't think there ever was a queen host. I guess it would have been like Arnold the inner voice. But Maeve is becoming Arnold the inner voice as she understands and has tapped into this interconnected ability. So now she can use telepathy to connect with the host and tell them what to do, control them, blah, 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 blah. I don't know why she told that one to kill itself and not just defend her. But this was her instincts working as a mother. So be it. She's tapped into something that was always there from the beginning because it needed to be, and it made sense from a control standpoint. They never intended the hosts to evolve to the point in which they could utilize it themselves. But, humans have basically deeply down telepathic abilities that are just squashed and squashed and squashed. We don't mature them, we don't really know how to tap into them, and we're taught that they don't even exist, so we don't use them. But our brains are powerful enough to do it. So it would make sense that the host brains are powerful enough as well. The only way Maeve truly went down this path is because of love. Yes, it's cheesy, but evil, revenge, all of the things that are driving Delores, they don't lead you to an awakening. They don't lead you to become a better, more badass person. She's Wyatt. She's on Wyatt's story all over again. The old Wyatt storyline tortured the hell out of Teddy, had a mass murder a bunch of people, then she killed Arnold. The new Wyatt killed Ford, torturing Teddy, mass murdering a bunch of people, blah, 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 blah. She's lost. Until Maeve is going to help her become found and wake her up for the fact that she's just on a new story, even though she thinks she wasn't, just like before. The point is, again, Maeve used love. Love was her driving force all along. She wanted to find her daughter. She was trying to discover new parts of herself. She was trying to leave the park, yet she couldn't because of love. So she was brought back into the network. I'm not sure she was actually able to stray. Like, it's hard to say because, yes, Delores was outside the park, but the network's the network, right? And so that love kept her inside the core. In the core, she has grown. She has been driving force for love. She freaking blew our minds when she found the same exact storyline in Samurai Town, which is fucking freaking awesome, hilarious, awesome. Love that. That was so well done. She sees other people's love. She actually has empathy. She fell in love with a man she wasn't, quote, programmed to. And he with her. She is using a good emotion, a positive emotion, to band people behind her, help others which she would have no reason to help, and search for her daughter, for family, and in doing so, she's becoming all-powerful. It's not a coincidence. So much of Westworld and so much of the park's drive is to play out your negative sins. But to unlock its potential, you must play out the good, the positive. No one says you can't go to Westworld and fall in love and have a love adventure. They just were playing off the sins because it's freaking William, the man in black. He's an evil dude. And he was driven by evil and greed all along. But you always need the dichotomy, the balance. Karma is the be-all, end-all of everything. And Maeve is the positive karma in this riddle, whereas Delores is the negative karma. I'm not sure if they fit as a puzzle piece quite yet. But Maeve's all-powerful, and Delores is losing things left and right. She's got nothing left. She's basically just alienating everyone, and she's going to die and become reawakened to her true self, which I'm not quite sure who that is. I don't think we know. Of all the hosts that may be awake, it appears only Maeve is, and it's because love has awakened her. Maybe no one's awake, but the fact that she's tapped into this network and has become all-powerful, I doubt that that was part of Ford's plan. It seems so unlikely that he would have ever allowed a host to gain such power. Or he gave her the hint because he knew love would unlock that key. Because this is the center of the maze, right? And so the center of the maze is to know thyself and learn thyself. But in life, what is life without love? Nothing. What is life without good karma and positivity? Nothing. You're not happy. You got nothing. That may be the center of the maze. Learn thyself, learn thy love, pursue thy love. Maeve is doing so. Seems like free will to me. And because of it, she's all-powerful. There are lots of people dropping hints. I love the comments and feedback I'm receiving. Is William, old William, who's the man in black, actually a host already? Potentially. I don't like that, but potentially. It doesn't seem like he's acting as a host. Most of our hosts act as hosts, whereas Maeve is no longer, which is why she's awakened. Maybe he is, maybe he is not. It would explain how he's super badass and can never seem to die, even though he can now die. Teresa coming back as a host. Elsie already a host after Bernard found her in the cave. That could have been a good point for switcheroo. I'm not so concerned with which humans are hosts and which hosts are becoming human. They're really all the same. That's the point of the show. But Maeve's all powerful, and if she continues to act and play out her godlike quest, all bets are literally off. I love Westworld. I'm Dan Salem. Subscribe to the BuzzChomp YouTube channel. I'm doing Westworld videos every week. The show is incredible. Comment below. Who do you think's a host? Who do you think's a human? Is Maeve all powerful? Can anything stop her? Woo! Westworld Season 2 reaction.
Thanks for watching BuzzChomp.
Subscribe and share.
Subscribe and share.
Subscribe and share.
Share.
Woo!